American Idol and John and Kate plus 8 and all this other nonsense. That's what liberalism is. It's two different facets, according to me.
Well, if you took out the 15, 18, 20 million illegal, that word illegal means nothing to a liberal as long as they can count his vote. And if you take those people out, you got 20 more million jobs in the United States. Why don't the people who are doing it now at these rallies, they're starting to come together. This is the first time I've actually seen them fight back against the mental disorder that Dr. Savage talks about. I didn't believe it until I started listening to him, and now I'm listening to you, and I am so happy. I'm so enamored by this. This is what I need to hear. I don't want it to stop.
I came out. We did it with the Tea Party thing was a thing that really started kicking it off back on April 15th. And I spoke at a tea rally here in my small town in Sarasota, Florida, and we expected a couple hundred people to come out. No big deal. It was a new thing. We're just getting the word out. Thousands showed up. People were showing up from all over the place, all over the country, and they keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And, you're right, Michael. It warms my heart, too. It really does, because there's been points in time when, it's difficult to get out of bed in the morning. You know what it was really difficult for me to get out of bed in the morning, Michael, was when, remember when HBO was running the John Adams series on TV? Did you watch that program by any chance?
Yeah.
It was a great program. And I called it Monday Morning Melancholy. I loved that show so much. And just to watch, our founding fathers and what great men these people were. And I would be so upset Monday morning, turning on C-SPAN, watching these people, the Maxine Waters, the John Conyers, as they stand on the Chuck Schumers, standing on their soapbox, just lying to the American people, manipulating people. It'd make me sick to my stomach. Michael, thanks for coming to the... Hey, did you get out to the track at all this year?
No. I'm a disabled American veteran from Vietnam.
God bless you, and God bless your service, my friend.
Wander. I don't even bring that up anymore about Kennedy and Johnson throwing me into the fray in Vietnam in '66. But what I wanted to say is I see more communists coming out of the woodwork, like this Mark Lloyd or whatever his name is. I don't even know what he is. He's the czar or something.
There's lots of them. There's lots of them with communist ties. And you know what disgusts me about the left here in this country is they're dishonest. They're dishonest. They're not telling you who they really are and what they really stand for. It's that whole Saul Alinsky bit there. At least in Europe, you go over to Europe and they have their communist parties and they let you know who they are. I mean, at least the bloody KKK here in the United States, they'll tell you who they are. And it's good. You know who they are. You know who the bad guys are. But these people, they hide behind it. The only one, out of all of them, Michael, that told you exactly who he was and what he was all about was Barack Hussein Obama, our president. And you know what? No one listened. Nobody listened. Michael, thanks for the phone call. Really appreciate it. We got lines popping all over the place. We got Ed from Virginia on the line. Ed, welcome to the program.
Hey, Chris, thanks for taking my phone call. Just one quick comment. The only reason why the Democrats are trying to get this bill, this health care bill, renamed to the Ted Kennedy bill is get the albatross off Barack Obama's neck. I mean, it's going to fail, but if they get it off Obama's neck, then it doesn't look that bad to him as a president. That's all I got to say. Have a great day.
Thanks, Ed. Appreciate the phone call. I don't know if that's necessarily the case. It could be. You could be right on that one. Not exactly sure. But health care is something that I've covered, I've talked about for years, written columns about it. The problem with healthcare is the fundamental problem we have with healthcare here in the United States is we like to call it health insurance. No. We don't have health insurance here and there. Well, we do. We do have health insurance, but most people don't have it. Think about the concept of insurance. Insurance is something you buy in case something really bad happens. For example, you buy insurance on your car. You get insurance on your car in case that there's a big accident and a big expense, and you need to take care of something. Or I'm in Southwest Florida. I've got insurance on my house because of hurricanes. But you know what? My car insurance most certainly does not cover oil changes, or when I need a new tire, or for fill-ups at the gas station. My home insurance most certainly does not cover light bulb changes and mowing the lawn once a week. If we had, and we do have, George W. Bush put it into play, and it's brilliant. You know what? I'll explain what I have. I have a family of five. I have my health care premium. People think I'm nuts. My health care premium, $3,000 a year. I have a $5,600 deductible. Follow the math here, people. $5,600 deductible. So what is that? Less than $9,000 a year in health care expenses in total. And you know what? If nobody gets sick the entire year, which is rare because the kids get sniffles and they get colds and they get sick from time to time, that $5,600 stays with me. Stays in a health savings account, which you get a tax deduction on. It's simple and it works. No one is talking about the fact that when this was instituted, they've been measuring the cost increases for insurance, for high deductible health insurance, and they're not going up like the rest of the insurance world out there. The whole system is a mess because people think that they have to go to the doctor for every single time they get a pimple on their forehead or they get a hangnail. And I've got to get my full boat health insurance plan. Think about this. If you owned an all-you-can-eat buffet, and on your all-you-can-eat buffet you had filet mignon, lobster, oysters, caviars, and fresh grouper from the Gulf, people would gorge themselves. And that's what happens with health care. They overuse it. They don't manage their costs. They go for everything and anything because it's free. My employer's paying for it. It's free. No, it's not. Your employer has a fixed cost for you. You have your salary, you have the FICA contribution that he needs to make, maybe some retirement plan, and your health care. Wouldn't it be better? Wouldn't it be much, much better? Wouldn't we live in a much better world if you got that $15,000 a year that your employer is paying for your health care and you could go out and shop for your own bloody insurance? The same way you have to go out and you have to get your own home insurance and your own car insurance. This is just common sense. Not to mention the fact that I know the good doctor talks about this all the time. Tort reform. We need tort reform here in this country. The jury system it doesn't work. You get a bunch of idiots, a bunch of John and Kate plus 8 fans and American Idol fans sitting on a jury, and you get slick John Edwards up there channeling dead babies and science, logic, and reason. Well, you can kick that down the curb. And the costs for doctors go through the roof. There's so many illegal immigrants. I know Dr. Savage has done his research. He's gone down to the emergency rooms on Friday and Saturday night. I had a friend of mine, his wife was pregnant, who was feeling ill, and she had to go down to the emergency room a couple weeks ago, and I warned him. I said, you're going to be there for a long time. And it's right. Why are we not billing these home nations? Because we're taking care of their citizens. This is just common sense type of stuff. The push right now in this country, think about this. Well, health care is a right, Chris. It's a right. Everybody has the right to health care. It's a necessity. We got to provide it for people. It's a right. Okay. I just got back from my vacation. I was in Greece. So I'm going to be Socratic. I'm going to be logical here. Let's follow the logic. Healthcare expenses are expensive. They're high. It's a right. People need to have them. Well, if it's just healthcare, why stop at healthcare? Everybody needs a house, right? Everybody needs a house. Home prices are too high. Government should take over the housing industry. Well, what else? That's another necessity of life. Oh, food. Food. Yeah. Why don't we take over the farms and the grocery stores and all means of food production? That worked real well in the Soviet Union. Worked fantastic there. Let's do that. You could see a number of things that people can make excuses for. Maxine Waters last year is a classic example. Maxine Waters last year, when they were parading the CEOs of the various different oil companies in front of Congress, waving their finger, you guys are bad, you guys are driving the oil price up. Meanwhile, they had nothing to do with it. It was the ridiculous traders and the dirtbags on Wall Street that drove the prices up. Maxine Waters actually suggested in congressional testimony that she was going to socialize the oil companies. You feeling all hopey-changey now, people? Got to take a break. 1-800 800-449-TALK. Lines are filled, guys. I will get to you. Hang tight. We'll get there. 800-449-TALK. You are listening to the Savage Nation. We'll be back.
Savage. On the air, online, and on the go. This is Talk 910 KNEW.
Welcome back to Savage Nation. I am Chris Markowski filling in for the good doctor. I want to remind everybody out there to get to michaelsavage.com. The good doctor's working on another book, Banned in Britain, and you can pre-order it there. And anybody out there, the funny thing is, the great doctor's got a great business. He's done such a great job on his books that he's got continual repeat customers. And then if he gets someone to read a new one, then they go back and buy all the other ones. But you know what? They're worth every penny. Pre-order at michaelsavage.com. We got Steve on the line from Sacramento. Steve, welcome to the Savage Nation.